Alright guys, I'm trying something new here. I got the camera suspended above the bench here. So if I bump it with my head and you start to shake violently, it's because I have the big head. But we are knocking on, it's super early in the morning too, so, and frigid, about 21 degrees, but, or 24 degrees, sorry, I exaggerated by 3 degrees. But super early, little loopy, trying this out before we go pack up the trailers and get on the road for a job today. But I want to show you guys how to attach stuff inside your trailer. Most of the plywood inside a trailer is ½ inch if you're lucky, more often than not 1/4 inch. This is 3/4 inch plywood, so even thicker than a lot of walls of trailers. You can't just go screwing stuff into that wood willy-nilly because there is sheet metal on the outside and there's a small gap. So if you don't know what you're doing, you don't have the right size fastener, and you just start throwing lag bolts in that thing, you could end up punching a hole in your sheet metal, and then you got to patch that thing so you can keep the tiniest of birds out. But I'm going to show you a couple different fasteners for or blind fasteners is what we call them, but this is an insert nut, this is an expanding nut for metal. I'm going to show you guys how to use these to attach stuff to your trailer walls, but also how to attach these in such a manner that they are permanent fixtures. Like, they are never coming out. So if you take a rack out, if you take a rack out or you move something, this is going to be in your wall, which is fine because you can always thread something else in it, an S-hook or whatever, or you can just leave it there. But we use these all the time when I was a carpenter, varying depths and distances. This is a short one because obviously the trailer walls are short. I think that it's called a 23/30 seconds or whatever, the 16/30, no. It's a weird one. It's like 25/30 seconds or something. So it's basically a ½ inch. Now, this is just a super cheap one. I would recommend that you get the cheap ones, but make sure they have a flanged head on them. Kind of like this one, but with that on the bottom. The other thing I would avoid too when using these is avoid the ones that have the parallel teeth. They pull out super easy. So get the ones with the perpendicular teeth. And I think they have a name for it. I think they call them knife edge teeth or something like that. But avoid the ones, again, with the parallel teeth that run up and down. So vertical or horizontal, depending on how you're looking at it. But these are perpendicular. So the screw goes this way, the teeth go that way. Now, pretty easy to install. All you do, you figure out which drill bit you need, and I may not have it in this kit because I love breaking drill bits. Here, this is a metal cutting drill bit, but you can see that fits in that shaft pretty good. It's about the same size, so we'll just use that since that, by Providence, was hanging out for our use. I didn't plan that at all. So pretty easy. On thin-walled stuff, like I said, you don't want to punch through your trailer walls, so you can buy a stop. You can use a flag of tape so that you know when you're hitting depth. And I'm taking my time here because I don't want to go through my workbench top. Dodged a bullet there. As you can see, I already splattered some sparks all over the thing and was none too happy about it. But anyways, this, you can buy the Allen key bits that go into your drill bit, and I got them somewhere. I don't want to dig them out. but you can also just use an Allen key, an old school Allen key. So let me grab those out here. That's funny. These are standard inside threads, but a standard 1/4 inch Allen won't do it. Won't do the trick. So let's see. It's got a little space, but these are designed primarily for soft woods. So again, I want to show you how you can keep these things in there permanently. Two options: super glue. I like it. The gel is better, so it doesn't run down the wall, doesn't run all over the place, and it works pretty good. Problem is, I think the gel requires air to cure fully, or it takes a long time to cure. But this stuff, pretty easy. You take a squirt bottle of water, squirt it on whatever you're going to glue, put a little dabby do on this bit, and use gloves. This stuff expands, I think it's 40 times or 30 times its size. So when it expands, it fills in all those joints, it fills in the cracks and crevices. And that thing, this stuff, if you want to glue something so that it survives the impending zombie apocalypse, this is the stuff to use. But either way, you can just put a little dabby do of super glue on there, the gel. Use your Allen bit driver in your drill or an actual Allen key. And without the flange, you leave it just a little bit proud. Because when you go to, I don't know if you can see that. See how it's just a teeny tiny bit proud? Because when you go to tighten this down, it's 1/4 incher, and you've got some washers on there, it's going to settle just a little bit in that hole. You can do it flush if you got the space, but I like the flange too because it allows you to set a washer on it. You don't dig into the wood as bad if you're just using a washer against the wood. But that's it. And these actually hold really, really well once that Gorilla Glue sets in. Pretty handy. I wouldn't go to the big box stores for these because they will try to charge you anywhere from $2 to $3 for 2 to 3 pieces, maybe 4 pieces. These insert nuts or blind nuts, you can find them on eBay with the flanges in varying different sizes, anywhere from 50 pieces to 100 pieces. And I like the 5/16. This is a 1/4 inch just to show you guys, but 5/16, 3/8, you can find them in all kinds of different sizes. You can get 50 to 100 pieces for $6 to $12 typically. So find them on eBay or Amazon. That's how you can attach stuff to the walls. You can use some washers to space it off, or the ones that have stop threads, they don't go all the way through anyways. So pretty handy. Hopefully that's helpful. Now, I hope I can get this one in here. I'm suspending the camera. My cameras are, or my videos are usually a little bit off, and I've had some people complain about my shaky cameras and vertical camera angles. But anyways, this, I drilled it out with the improper step bit. Didn't have the right size to get this in there kind of snug. You want to be able to fit it in, but these are for pieces of metal and sheet metal that have a blind edge. You can't get to the other side. Same thing, same principle applies. Thing with these is you never get them out either unless you drill them out, because they mushroom out. And if you guys have ever used any kind of fasteners for any length of time, you know what the heck I'm talking about. But you just tighten it down and you keep tightening it. Let me grab the proper tool for the job here. You gotta be kidding me. I don't know if you guys have ever seen my toolboxes or my socket drawers, but I am absolutely obsessive compulsive about making sure everything is back at the end of the day, but also making sure that I have all the available sockets. And I just realized that my deep well 7/16 is missing, so it's going to make me absolutely nuts until I order a new one, because I'd rather order one than think the other one's going to show up and it never does. Because then if it does, it goes on a spare rack. Let me show you this. You see this guy? You guys have heard me rant and rave about not spending money on stuff, on tools. Don't spend money on cheap tools if it doesn't make you money. I'm gonna make another video about these dang things. I bought them with the absolute sole purpose of trying to kill them. They will not die. And when I got more than one person in the shop, my brother, my dad, they come in, they fight over this gosh darn thing. And that is not conjecture. I'm not making that up. So here's the reason it's got to be snug. It just free spins in there. But we've got a tool for that as well. I'm just going to clamp that on. I don't know if you can see, sure you can, but you see how that blossoms out? Now you can take that thing back out of there, and well, I'll show you. This has already become a 13-minute video, so why the heck not? So you can take that back out and reuse it. That thing will be in there forever unless you drill it out. But for metal, these are just some scrap shelf brackets. Like you care, I told you it's early, but they'll be in there forever unless you drill them out, and then you can always reattach stuff back in. My favorite thing for these leftover doohickeys is eye bolts and S hooks. There's never enough places to hang other weird stuff. But just like I never met a cart or a hoist or a dolly that I didn't like. So that's it, guys. I'll edit the video at a later date so you guys can see my face and I can give you a proper intro. But at that point, it might be a 20-minute video. Let me know what you guys think of the new camera angle. I'm gonna play with it some more. It's on a real sketchy, bendy arm thing, and it didn't shake too bad, but again, let me know what you guys think of the new angle. I'm gonna try to lift it up a little bit so you can see more of the bench. But again, I hope that's helpful. If you liked the video, do me a favor. Subscribe to the channel. We're a pressure washing company, but we do a lot of different fabricating and building and cutting, and use a lot of different chemicals that I think could help anybody out, whether you choose to hire us if you're in Kansas City, or whether you own a company and you're trying to build a trailer or maintain equipment or whatever. People seem to like it, so I hope you guys like it. And again, the only goal is to be helpful. So leave a comment, like, subscribe, share, help us grow the channel. I'll keep trying to help you guys out.